Yabble. Subscribe and like for more videos.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. So remember in August when Nintendo got sued by GameVice, the creators of the Wikipad Android gaming tablet? Well, they decided after the Switch was released to file a lawsuit against Nintendo claiming that they stole the idea for the removable controls on the device. Around that time, I just so happened to be starting up a Wii Portable build myself. This is a project that I wanted to have a go at for some time now. Since everyone is slamming GameVice for their attack on Nintendo, and I currently don't own a Switch myself, why not combine these two companies' products? So I decided to make mine out of the controller accessory for GameVice's Wikipad. Let's take a look. Alright, so this is the Wikipad controller. It originally would fit a 7-inch tablet in the middle of the case that connected for use with gaming apps. It was released in 2013 and it was a great idea, but sadly the product failed. I think there was just too much competition with bigger gaming companies, bigger mobile gaming especially. A lot of people are doing that, everyone's on the go, and I can just see where something like this, using an Android tablet that's specific to this case only, I could see where that would be a failed product in the end. Great idea though, honestly, because obviously people like Nintendo, they see an idea like that, or maybe they have one they're developing as well, and they become popular because of an idea like that. Even more so, obviously Nintendo's a pretty big company, but it's funny that Wikipad decided that they had to go and sue them for the idea that they supposedly stole. Well, we'll see how that ends up. So yeah, this is the controller case. So the 7-inch tablet would fit right there usually. And so currently I have been trying to take it apart now. I'm going to be disassembling the few pieces inside the case. So then I'll be adjusting a few things. The joysticks I will replace with 3DS sliders, so those will go in replacement of the regular joysticks. So a few little upgrades like that, but as for the Wii and everything that's going inside, so the back of the case here, I'll glue a plastic enclosure that will cap off the back, and that will hold most of the electronics. So namely the Wii motherboard, the batteries, the LCD driver board, and the Raspberry Pi. So that'll all be in the back. And then on the front, I'm going to use this TFT LCD casing. So this came with the monitor that I bought. It originally was oriented in this position, but for my project, because there's already space taken up in the bottom and I wanted the screen to be as centered as possible, I flipped it upside down. So now this just slides right in the top where the Android tablet used to go. And it'll be screwed in with 2 screws, and it holds really tight without the screws, but I think the added screws are obviously needed just to keep it stable in place. So I'll put 2 screws in the original screw holes in the back here for that. So that's how the screen will look in the case, and yeah, there'll be the LCD there. I'm thinking of making this a touchscreen console for the Raspberry Pi mainly. So I have a USB 7-inch touchscreen pad, and that'll probably go right in front of the LCD screen. And then this is the back of the case. So like I was saying, I've been working on it and adding this back enclosure piece here to cap it off. So in the process of all that, I had to do a lot of gluing, plastic gluing, and cutting out parts to fit everything. So like parts of the casing here I actually had to cut off, and then like here to here I had to cut a hole in the case, and then also in the back of the Wikipad case I had to cut a hole so that this will allow for a fan to be placed right here. Where did my little fan go? There it is. So, yeah, in the back I will have a fan that'll place right there. And then the air will intake from the back here, and it'll bring it up, and it'll go over the motherboard of the Wii and all the heat sinks for the CPU, and it'll blow the air out, the hot air, and keep this nice and cool. So yeah, so I had to do a little bit of Franken-casing, which is basically taking a few cases and gluing them together, and then using all sorts of like epoxies or Bondo or other types of fillers to make them uniform and smooth them out together. So sort of how I had to do it with down here, gluing the top of this to the other part of the case. So I don't know if you can see that well, but yeah, there's a lot of gluing that had to go on down there. And then, yeah, a lot of gluing from like here to here on the outside of the case. I actually had to add an extra piece of plastic so that you could, it'd be nice and smooth there, and it wouldn't be made out of just like body filler or Bondo or spot putty. I wanted a nice solid connection between this enclosure piece and the actual case. So I had to do a lot of cutting of the inside, take a lot of the little bits out. These were actually screw hole posts, and they were just extruding too much, and I'm going to be fitting a lot of extra electronics in here, so I cut those out and smoothed them down so they're nice and flush. So you'll see that in some of my update videos. I'll be doing a few more of those as I progress with this project, just to keep you guys all updated. And then on the back, here is the two pieces together. So this is in the final stages of being nice and uniform, nice finished case, except there's a few more things I need to do. You can't really see that well, but it's not exactly flush. You can see like up here, there's a little bit of a divot between the case and the plastic enclosure. So I'm going to add some more filler, some more spot putty, and then sand that through, make it nice and smooth. And then probably go up a few grits of sandpaper just to make it nice and super glossy, nice like glass. And then I'll probably put another black coat of this black primer on here just to see if I need to do anything else. And that's mainly why I painted it right now. So I kind of just taped it off from the rubberized painting of the case here, and then this top piece, you can see the line there. I'll have to blend that so it's not as noticeable to the eye, because you can definitely see where I made the work, but in regards to the case itself, it's very flush. Still needs a little bit of spot putty in some areas, but yeah, I just tried my best to replicate what I think it would have looked like if it all was one solid unit. And you can tell that from afar it really looks like it's one piece, especially like at an angle like this. But yeah, so a little more work there needs to be done. Other than that, this is where the top of the case, where the LCD casing will meet the back. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for the back of the case. I'll show you how they look together. So this is front and the back. Fits nice together. Clips in place. And then the top, nice and snug. A little bit more spot putty needs to be there to fill the cracks in between the two cases, but overall it's looking pretty good. This is where my USB port will be for the Wii, and this is the USB drive I'll be using. It's the Samsung USB 3.0 fit drive, I guess. I don't know. This is the one that works well for transferring the Wii games and using them in the portable with Portableize Me. So beyond that, so yeah, like I said, there would be the USB port for that, and then there's going to be the SD card slot for the Raspberry Pi Zero W, as well as a USB port or two maybe extending out on the top here for that. And then over on this side, I'm pretty sure it'll either be on one side or the other, but pretty much dividing in half, I'll have the fan port, the external fan exhaust, so that'll shoot the hot air out and keep the case nice and cool, because it's all coming in through there. And heat rises, so I figured might as well take the cool air down and shoot the heat up, so it just is a nice steady flow inside. Keep all the chips cool. So yeah, I guess this is kind of a sneak peek into my update videos. I just really wanted to get this video out for everyone because I've been kind of slow on progress with this portable, and now I'm really trying to get a lot more work done, so I've got a lot of extra time that I'm going to utilize to make more videos and updates for everyone. So definitely subscribe and give this video a like. I promise that the updates coming in the future will be definitely worth your while. Until next time, this is Nobble. Don't forget to check out the BitBuilt forums at bitbuilt.net, and thanks for watching.
Ivan says, check out bitbuilt.net for more high-tech electronic modifications.